Mexico. I'm here, as you guys probably know from my last videos, for the next couple months, and today is Thursday. I've been working remotely for my full-time corporate job.
Welcome to my office.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I wanted to go ahead and talk about my experience living and working in Oaxaca, Mexico.
Must be nice. This is beautiful. Influencers across America, as we've heard, I think you guys have heard, are relocating, at least temporarily in some cases. In this case, many of these folks went to Mexico. Is it for the views? Maybe they're doing some beachside homes. They want to get a different feel, an attachment to the culture. Maybe it'll enhance their influencer lifestyle. Who knows? We'll see. The locals don't like it though. Let's go to some details of what's going on. An influx of Californians and other Americans have made its way to Mexico City, angering some locals who say they're gentrifying the area. The LA Times report on Wednesday outlined how some Mexican locals are fed up with the growing number of Americans, many from California, moving to and visiting the country, which has contributed to a rise in rent and a shift from Spanish to English in some places. I want you guys to pay attention to this irony, because there's more. New to a city, this is fun. New to a city, working remotely, flyers popping up around Mexico City reportedly said these things. You're a effing plague and the locals effing hate you. Leave. It's a welcoming sign across that particular city. So after the years of these complaining about invasions and stuff coming up into America, oh my God, I can't believe these immigrants are trying to come and take our jobs and our livelihoods and our money and commit crime and filthy and dirty our streets. Look at what's happening now. So millions of Americans apparently headed that way now, maybe as a replacement. Let's go more details. The US State Department says that at least 1.6 million Americans currently reside in Mexico, but it's unknown how many of those people are in Mexico City. Over 1.2 million foreign visitors came through Mexico City's airport in the first 4 months of this year. Fernando Bustos Gorozop, writer and a university professor, said, "We're the only brown people. We're the only people speaking Spanish, except the waiters." Again, more irony. How about these rent prices? Because we know what gentrification does to many areas. It doesn't just happen in the hoods in America. This is what happens in other countries, if we can move on from that. So here's some monthly rent in US dollars in Mexico. So for the lighter blue is a 1-bedroom and the darker blue is for 3 bedrooms. So $632 up to $1,286. And that's in the downtown areas. In the suburbs, it's $433 and $784 for the 3 bedrooms. These things are pushing and skyrocketing. Here's more details from apartmentslist.com. The average rent in Los Angeles for a studio apartment, $2,200. 1 bedroom, $2,900, almost $3K. 2 bedroom, almost $4,000. And a 3 bedroom apartment in Los Angeles, nearly $5,000. That's the average rent here. Now you guys know when it comes to how much you need to make in order to afford these types of apartments, there's like this scaling. I believe it's 30%. Again, from apartmentlist.com says this 30% rule can give a rough estimate of the salary needed to rent an apartment in LA. If these numbers look high, remember that a roommate or two can drastically cut down your monthly rent, because that's what people want to do all the time for the rest of their lives. So check this out. For those same numbers as I gave on rent, this is how much you have to make to comfortably afford those prices. An average price studio apartment in LA, $88,000. 1 bedroom, $118,000. 2 bedroom, $156,600, and the 3 bedroom, $198,000 effing dollars. Nearly $200,000 annual salary in order to afford a 3 bedroom apartment in Los Angeles on the average side of things. Really weird how that works. So what this was, this is the sometimes you have to imagine, at least I think sometimes, imagine where then people end up, the way our world's gonna look differently, where people settle down at, because the homelessness problem, since we just talked about it a minute ago, is exploding, partially because people can't afford to live anywhere. And then after that happens, we go, what are you doing on the streets? Go somewhere. So they go further and further and further. And eventually we're like, well, maybe I should just go to another country temporarily while I get myself on my feet. And then it turns into forever. And then you destroy what they had there. Go back to your country.
This is funny. It's not funny because it sucks to have rents be raised on anyone, anywhere. And this story is really close to me because one, obviously, we both live in Los Angeles, and two, I'm a huge fan of Mexico City. I love it there. And my visit there, I was like, wow, this is an incredible place. The affordability of it all, from Ubers to the meals to the drinks to all of it, was just incredible. However, I question whether these folks are actually working there. Because I think the problem when you work remote, especially in somewhere like Mexico, I've found is like your internet connection can be kind of dodgy, you know what I mean? So if you have one of these jobs where you constantly need a consistent, pretty good internet connection, I don't know that you can do this, but if your job is to take pictures of yourself and then eventually post it on the internet, I'm sure you can have at it. I just hope that folks, the hardworking, blue collar folks, the people who make that city run, are still able to afford it. Because I think there's a delicate balance between getting all the money infused into your economy that tourists bring, and then those tourists like staying longer, and greedy ass landlords being like, oh man, yeah, we love these higher rents that we can charge, and pushing the locals out. I think there's a delicate balance there.
It's almost like capitalism at work. We're spreading the crazy levels of it in other places, but again, hey, I guess you just have to, salaries and minimum wage in general, just in our country, hasn't changed much at all. But who does keep getting more money are the folks that have it already and have access to then purchasing more buildings. Talk about other people coming in and replacing that Republicans are always worried about. How many people have bought up blocks of land in America and built buildings on it and then charged exorbitant amounts for Americans? We don't talk about that, but it definitely happens.
And I think it's important too. Sorry, my cat is like being ridiculous. I think it's important. Also, just these influencers are the most annoying people on planet Earth. Like the insufferability factor. I think if they were all like accountants or whatever who were working remote in Mexico, it would be a lot more tolerable. But these people just suck, if we're being honest. And I think that's adding to the anxiety of the Mexico City residents.
Well, again, the biggest, don't forget this part, you guys. English is being spoken so much more in Mexico City. And we complain about anyone that comes from any other country, specific countries, not speaking English when they come to America. I just want you to sit in that irony